Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to understand the concept of DHCP Relay Agent. As we already know about DHCP, that it's a dynamic host configuration protocol, and this type of protocols used to help us to get IP address. Like we are getting automatically IP, right? And with the help of IP address, our computers, our network devices are connected with each other. And DHCP server is taking the main role to distribute IP addresses, right? Doesn't matter it's a private IP or a public IP. Uh, doesn't matter it's in public network or in private network. DHCP server is just playing the role to distribute different type of IP address. For IP version 4, there is DHCP protocol. For IP version 6, there is DHCP version 6 already. So DHCP is just nothing, just a protocol which taking the responsibility to distribute IP address from server to client. Okay. So today we are going to understand the concept of relay agent. So what is the role of relay agent? Relay agent is nothing. For example, as you can see in this picture, that in the left corner here you can see it's a DHCP server, and over there we have created two different scopes, and two different scopes are in two different networks. First one is 192.168.10.0, another one is 192.168.20.0. So two different networks. We all know that two different networks would not be able to communicate with each other if in a network, right? Without router. So here router required in between. Okay, without router, routing is not possible. So that is the concept. The routing comes into the picture. Routing is the process of routing two different networks. Okay, two different networks. Suppose here you can see that in the left side it's a storage or it's a smart mobile is there. In the right hand side, desktop laptops are there. So devices are getting IP address from DHCP server, and these are in different networks. Okay, so in between means these are the client, and in the left corner is a DHCP server. So between server and client, there has to be a one router. But here we can see there is no any router, Cisco or Juniper or nothing. Here another server is placed in between, and that server is playing the role of a router here. Okay, and the routing protocol which we have used here is relay agent. Okay, so let's get started. Let's understand through the practical. So in the VMware platform, we have taken three virtual machines. Okay, the left side, as you can see, it's a DHCP server. The middle one is relay agent server, and this is nothing, just a client. Going to observe IP address. So what are the configuration? Let me tell you very quickly. In DHCP server, let me show you the IP configuration first. What I have done here. So I'm going to the properties, and you can see 192.168.10.10 is the IP address of DHCP server. Okay. And why I have mentioned here the default gateway 10.3, because 10.3 is the IP address of relay agent server. Okay. Let's complete DHCP server configuration first, and then we will move into relay agent configuration. So here you can see 192.168.10.0 is the own IP address of DHCP server. 10.3 is the default gateway, which is relay agent server's IP, and 10.10 is itself a DNS server. So, and if you right click and go to the settings option, and from here you can see that LAN segment is in LAN segment 1. So we have taken only one adapter which is in LAN segment 1. Okay. So to configure DHCP server, what we have to do, we have to take a role here. We have to add a DHCP role from here. Add roles, next, next, next. And from here you need to select this role and next, finish. This option will help you to install this role. Once the role has been installed, go to the tools, and this option will be, you will get. So from DHCP option, so here you need to configure DHCP scopes. Okay. So two scopes you need to configure right here. This is scope 1 and this is scope 2. I have already configured to avoid make this video more lengthy. I hope if you are watching this video, you are very much aware about this DHCP configuration. So the first, as you can see in the address pool option here, I have created one scope. The range is 10.50 to 10.10. There is no any excluded IP addresses. And in the second role, 20.50. Starting address is 20.50 and it's ending with 20.100. That means 50 IP addresses are given. So that is the one thing you need to configure. Okay. Once the scope has been configuration done, you need to move right here in the server option. And in the server option, make sure the router IP is given 10.3 because relay agent server is playing the role of a router here. So 10.3 is the IP address of relay agent. That's why this is given. What is the process of ping this IP? Just you need to configure here, and here you need to select. And once you type server 2, that is the IP address. Sorry, that is the name of that particular machine. See the IP automatically reflecting. So I have already added. So I'm not going to add it once again. So 10.3 is given. So that's it. That's the simple configuration. It is done from right here. So in DHCP server, what you have to do? You need to install DHCP role. You need to configure two scopes, and in the server option, you need to assign the IP address of a default gateway. Relay agent server IP. Let's move into the relay agent concept. So in the relay agent server, is it required to configure DHCP? No, not at all, because it is just playing the role of a router here. So for that purpose, you need to go to manage, and you need to click on add roles. Next. As you can see, DHCP server role is not being installed here, not required at all. So just you need to select remote access option. Okay, that option you need to select, and next, finish. Once it is done, as it is, it will reflect in the tools option, and you need to click on where? You need to click on right here, routing and remote access. You need to click. So once it is done, so by default it will not be configured. You need to right click, and you need to select this option, configure and enable routing and remote access. Okay, that option you need to select. So once it is done, the configuration part it is done, then you need to click on general, then you need to click on new routing protocol. So here DHCP relay agent will be reflect. The reason why it is not reflecting, because I have already added DHCP relay agent. So if it is not reflecting in below, DHCP relay agent is not showing right here, you just need to click right uh, here in under general. You need to click on new routing protocol, and over at the very first you can see the DHCP relay agent. You need to select and click on OK. Once it is clicked OK, here you need this option will automatically come. And now the important part is which interface you are going to select inside DHCP relay agent. See, always remember this server is playing the role of a router here. So two network interfaces is mandatory. So change here. I have taken two network adapters. Let me show you the IP configurations also. As you can see, 192.168.10.3 is the IP address of the first adapter. And why 10.1 given? Because DNS server. This server is DNS server as well as DHCP server. So 10.3 here given. And always remember the default gateway of DHCP server is the IP address of relay agent. So 10.1. Okay. And let me show you one more thing right here. Go to settings, and Ethernet 0, that is this one, is in LAN segment 1, but the another segment is in LAN segment 2. Okay, so just assume that this in between the relay agent server is playing the role of a router. So that's why. So another, let me show you another IP configuration. Here you can see 20.1 default gateway DNS, nothing is given, just 20.1 is the IP address. Okay, so 10.3 and 20.1, two different network IP given in two different network adapters. Okay, so that's it for the IP configuration part. And let me take you to this section again. Here you need to select the second adapter. That means 20 network, which is in LAN segment 2. Remember always. In many videos, you are going to see that two adapters are being added right here. So there is no any point to do so. You just need to click on right. You just need to click on new interface. As you can see, the Ethernet 0 is not been added here. Only Ethernet 1, the second adapter, that is in 20 network. So that is done. And another small thing you need to do right here, you just need to click on DHCP Relay Agent, go to properties, and over there you need to tell the DHCP Relay Agent server that who is your DHCP server. So this is my DHCP server. So what is the IP of the DHCP server? That is 10.1. So sorry, 10.10. So 10.10 is given. Okay. So once it is done, you just come right here. Let me show you the settings of adapter. Here you can see LAN segment 2 is there. Okay. So if you click on run CMD and here type ipconfig, see I am getting the IP address from 20.51. So once I am going to go into the settings option, if I change the network LAN segment 1, so once it is done, you can see it is cross mark showing. That means it is reinitializing. Once it is done, type ipconfig space slash, let me check the IP first. See 10.50 I am getting. So my DHCP server is not even in LAN segment 2. As you can see, it is in LAN segment 1, which is directly connected with Relay Agent server. So LAN segment 1, DHCP server is having LAN segment 1, Relay Agent server is having LAN segment 1 and 2 both, and my client is getting only whenever my client will require 10.10 network IP, my client will get. So 10, 20 doesn't matter. So as you can see, the default gateway is 10.3. Okay, so let me switch again. Let me change it to LAN segment 2 now. It is reinitializing. All right, let me type once again ipconfig, and this time 20 not reflecting. You need to type ipconfig space release and renew. Then you can see computer is getting IP from 20 network also. So if you ping right here 192.168.10.10, you can see I'm not getting reply, but I'm getting the IP addresses, right? I'm getting the IP addresses from DHCP server, but I am not able to do the ping. To do so, you need to configure here routing also, either static or dynamic, whatever. So that is DHCP Relay Agent. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please do practice this practical. Thank you. Take care. Goodbye.